guys, this is Arm Productions, aka 4673, and I'm back in a Trolls Fairy Tale Part 13. Yeah, just going to continue with this. We're at the ball, and we're about to start Operation Ignore Them In, hopefully. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Let's go. The beautiful maze to the side hyper, or whatever that word is. Down volume. That's fine. Stop doing that! Their shrill voices grew louder as I continued towards the table. One thing that I had learned about the majority of the teenage girls in the... I have to move the computer, I'm sorry. There we go. One of the things that I learned from the majority of the teenage girls in the Unicorn Nation is that their back is worse than their bark is worse than their bite. Maybe you shouldn't talk like that while you're in the castle. People might think you have a bad attitude. I've always had a bad attitude. Stop music. I've always had a bad attitude, and that it isn't going to change. Setting the baskets down on the table, I scanned the area to find a spot I could sneak off to. Yeah, but girls with bad attitudes turn off a lot of guys. You're never going to get your fairy tale engine acting that way. This is the only way I know to act like I've got to be me. Seeing an open spot near the balcony banister, beelined words in that direction, Lacroix following close behind. I'm just saying, sis. If all the people see the worst side of you, they aren't going to want to stay around to see the better side. You'll go unnoticed. Do you really want to become invisible like that? Falling silent, I sat down on the cool stone and turned my attention to the view of the kingdom. A few more minutes of silence. Aleko let out a sigh and headed back through the crowd. I'm only trying to help you, but whatever. There were two choices. There were two choices I had. I could either change who I was for the change that someone who that would notice me, or I would stay myself and become invisible. It's kind of hard not to get noticed when you're a big troll like me. Laughing to myself, I tried to shake off the sinking feeling that was grasping my heart. Would no one be willing to give me a chance to see who I really was? See me for who I really was? Wouldn't someone be willing to laugh me when I'm at my worst? I could feel the familiar sting of the tears in my eyes. I blinked hard, trying to stop the tears from falling. Is this seat taken? My heart did a small... Ignore him if it's the man. My heart did a small flip when I heard a voice behind me, but when I saw... Oh, it's, not the man, it's Aaron. But when I saw who it was, I couldn't stop myself from feeling a small wave of disappointment. Who was my heart expecting? I see you picked the most secluded spot on the balcony. Yeah, I guess so. With a heavy sigh, I turned back around and rested my arms on the banister. So, are you ready to put our plan into action? It's not our plan, it's yours, and I already told you no. But I've already said I was okay with it. Well, I'm not. You are. Let's do it, Acacia. I may be kind of rough around the edges, but I still have a heart. I don't like using someone like that. Not getting the picture, he grabbed a hold of my arm and started to pull me up. The sadness that I was feeling quickly flipped to rage as he tucked me up. You deaf? I said no! I know, but I really think this will work. All we have to do is dance together, then. I snatched my arm away and glared at him. Look, Aaron, I'm going to be nice and give you a warning. I'm not doing it, so you better drop it. Are you seriously threatening me in front of all these people? I couldn't care less about what any of these people think. I'll smack the fire out of the back of your neck if you don't leave me alone. That's not even possible. It's just as possible as knocking someone's head off. That's not possible either. Your mother must have never threatened you as a child, huh? As agitation built in the pit of my stomach, I started to realize something new. It was really shocking how you real towards someone can change when they start acting weird and clingy. Casey, I don't think you want to turn me down. Rolling my eyes, I turned my back to him and focused instead of the stars. Every fiber of my being was being on guard, ready to spring. My blood was boiling. Just one dance. Just as his hands moved back towards my arms, I felt a fist. The smell of cinnamon spice drifted past my nose. My senses were thrown into a loop, and my eyes darted around to find the source. I no longer cared about the fact that Aaron was firmly holding my arm and pulling me to my feet. I was in total daze. My mind only focused on finding the scent. Acacia? I jumped, snapping my head towards the familiar voice. There the man stood, bathed in the cool light of the full moon. His eyes narrowed as he looked at Aaron's hand on my arm. Oh, there he is, Acacia. Let's, with one smooth movement. Oh God. I swung my arm around and punched him in the upper part of his stomach. I told you no! Without looking back, I made my way towards the men as if in a trance, like a muff of the faint glow of a candle. I can't talk. Nice. Then something quickly snapped me back to reality. One of the girls I had pushed aside earlier appeared on his side. She gave me an arrogant, silent glance as she cooed over him. I was looking for you. Are you going to ask me to dance? My face twisted in disgust as I watched her hand slide up his arm. So the reason he wanted me to come to this stupid ball was so that he could make me jealous? Or maybe he could just throw all the different girls that he attracts in my face. Oh, damn. Who am I kidding? He's never been serious with me. Always just messing around. Muttering to myself, I made my way through the castle. I wasn't paying much attention to where I was going. All I knew that I wanted to get far, far away from here. After what seemed like half an hour of walking around, I stopped to look around me. How did I get back here? It's a part of the castle, I guess. With a heavy sigh, I shook my head, trying to get rid of the thoughts running through my mind. Lacquer was white. Who'd want? My voice broke, and I couldn't finish my sentence. I was beyond hurt at this point. I've dealt with rejection before, but I was able to keep it to myself at a distance so I wouldn't to deal with this kind of pain. But with them in, for some reason, my pushing just brought him closer. It was as if every push caused me two pulls from him. When had I fallen so hard for this stupid golden prince? You're an idiot, Acacia, a downright fool. You're not the one who's a fool. I felt the arm suddenly wrap around my waist and pull me to a stop. The smell of cinnamon had already been confirmed who was holding me back. What are you doing? I'm sorry, Acacia. His arms tightened around my waist, tugging me from behind. The man let me go. I didn't want to hear sorry. I didn't want to hear anything from him at this point. My vision blurred as tears began to well up in my eyes. Please listen to me for a moment. I'm warning you, let me go! I already told you that we were friends, and after seeing that heifer rub on your arm and coo in your face like that, like a monkey, like a monkey or something. The sound of his chuckle diffused some of the anger and hurt that had welled up inside of me, but I refused to get swept up in the moment again. Ramming my elbow into his stomach, I stepped forward and turned around to face him, and put some more space between us. You think this is funny? One moment I'd feel happy on cloud 9 because he makes me feel like I'm special, but the next moment he starts flirting with other girls. It's like he's pushing me off that cloud, and I come crashing down right onto the cold, hard floor. What I don't understand is why? Why what? If you weren't interested in me, then why? Why did you buy me all of those things? Why did you get jealous? Why did you invite me here? And even now, why did you stop me? Anger and frustration was festering in my stomach. I wanted to clear the answer as to why he did all that. I didn't want to hear that it was out of friendship. I could already hear my sister nagging, telling me not to ask a guy such direct questions, but I was pissed. If he didn't like it, he shouldn't have talked to me in the first place. I made up my mind I wasn't going to lose myself just to get noticed in that special way by the guy I liked. I wanted answers, and I wanted them now. At first, everything I did was a spur of the moment, but spur of the moment! My heart was ramming in my chest as I listened to those words come out of his mouth. My hand began to tingle, yearning for the sweet, relieving sting of the impact of his face on my palm. How could you? I'm not done talking, Acacia. A sudden outburst caused me to jump back a little. Please just hear me out. You can slap me around as much as you want afterwards. At first, I only approached you because I was caught up in the moment, and for some weird reason it was fun watching you, thrashing around and yelling like a mad woman over a little flower garden. That wasn't just a little flower garden. My mother worked so hard on it, and those little snot-nosed... And that's exactly what made me notice you more. What? My anger had completely drained away. I definitely hadn't expected him to say something like that. You're rough and tough and downright crazy, but you have a big heart. You're all mush on the inside, and the more I hung around you, the more I noticed it. I'm not mushy on the inside. 1. You carry around your diary you named The Chronicles of a Troll Princess. How did you... I saw you hide it in that willow tree, so I took it out and read it. You did what? See, right there. That shows how mushy and sensitive you are. Your reactions are always so predictable. And the more I kept hanging around you and talking to you, the more you started to get under my skin. Before I knew it, you had crawled into my heart. Taking a step towards me, he gently brushed a strand of hair that had fallen out loose from my face. He made me feel very special. When everyone was busy judging and avoiding you, I was fortunate enough to see the side of you that you don't show to anyone else. That's just one of the traits that made me fall so hard for you. Then why did you say all that stuff back in your house? I was being stupid, and I was scared. What could possibly scare a prince so much that it was his duty to piss off a troll on a daily basis? Losing you. You already know what the kind of reputation I've had. All I've ever known was how to play a game, and I've always gotten what I wanted. But with you were different. You made me want to know what it's like to actually feel something real. But I was afraid that if I took a step in that direction, I would only end up getting back to my own games, and then I would hurt you. I would lose the relationship we'd built up in the process. He closed his eyes and shook his head. When I saw that Moran with his crummy fingers touching you, I almost lost it. I knew at that time that there was no way I could just be friends with you and watch you in another man's arms. I kept trying to fool myself like the idiot I am, but after seeing you again tonight, I've never seen anyone more breathtakingly beautiful. I have to end the episode here. Damn. I will see you in the next one. I guess that will be a very short one because we're at the end. It sucks that I can't play it then. Oh well. See you guys in the next one.